Stress is noise. It fills every quiet space in your life with static, what ifs, urgency, mental clutter until it's hard to tell what actually matters. And the problem isn't that you're a bad thinker. It's that your brain can't think clearly when it's constantly reacting. When stress comes down, it opens up your mind and you can see options that you probably previously couldn't. You'll look for patterns instead of panicking. Clarity isn't something you force, it's what shows up naturally once the noise settles. That's what today's about. So let's talk about simple ways to make better decisions with less stress, not by fixing your life, but by quieting the noise long enough to think clearly again. And we're going to do that by using a daily checklist. It's one way to approach problem solving, right? One way. And here's why I think it matters. Most stress doesn't come from hard decisions. It comes from trying to make too many decisions at once, usually from worry instead of wisdom. This checklist isn't about becoming a better version of yourself overnight. It is about getting out of your head and back into the moment you are actually living in, because that's the only place clarity exists. You don't need to answer every question perfectly. You don't even need to answer them all every day. The power is in returning to now, creating small, honest wins, and letting stress come down naturally over time. So let's start with why the morning is so very important to your day. And it might sound a little bit cheesy, but I promise you it's not. And if you don't practice changing how you think, your thinking won't change. That's as simple as that. So the first thing I want you to consider and do is to create a morning mantra. Something that centers you before the noise of the day takes over and your day's running you before you get a chance to run it. And here's one example. So say it plainly like this. This is where I am now, not where I should be, not where I'll be later, right here. When I get to the next place, I'll be there. You do not need to pre-live the entire day in your head. You don't need to solve everything today. You only need to make decisions from where you actually are. Have some fun and write your own, right? Put it on a Post-it note on your mirror. Proudly stand in your bedroom with your mantra that gets you focused on the right things for the day. This matters because stress pulls your mind forward. Presence brings it back. So be in the moment. So, okay, let's talk about why a checklist might work. This is not another task for you. That's the wrong thinking on this. It's a way for you to settle and get rid of the noise. It works quietly. It organizes your thinking. When your stress is high, your brain can't hold everything at once, and you know that. A checklist narrows your focus. That's all it does. Turns pressure into clear questions and gives your thinking somewhere to land. So you can decide instead of react all the time. So after you proudly say that mantra, your daily decision might look something like this. One question could be, what would make today feel like a win? This is mindset. Like, I'm going to win the day. One thing is enough. Not the whole list, not fixing everything. Just one action, one moment, one decision that lets you say, I showed up for something that mattered today. Wins don't have to be loud to be real. This question quiets the pressure to do everything and replaces it with intention. Question number 2 might be, what can I control in the next hour? Not today, not this week, literally within the next hour. Not the big picture, just the next hour. Stress rises when your brain is running way past where you are, where your wisdom is right where you're at, close to the present. Choose one thing you can influence right now and let that be enough. That's how noise comes down. A third question could be, where can good enough replace perfection today? Ooh, this is where a lot of stress lives, and ladies, you know this. Perfection keeps you stuck. Momentum lowers stress faster than perfection ever will. Ask yourself, what's sufficient for today? Not forever, just today. Then move. Progress quiets the noise better than pressure ever could. Another question to consider, does this give me energy or quietly take it? I think this one's really important. You actually have more power here than you think. Before saying yes, before pushing through, before adding more, pause. Notice what gives energy. Notice what drains it. This isn't selfish. It's wise. When energy guides your decisions instead of obligation, stress naturally decreases. Number 5, how can I practice kindness today? Oh my goodness, this was life-changing for me, and I know it can be for you. Because when part of your day makes someone else's day better, your nervous system settles too. When you are purposely looking for ways to be kind, oh my goodness, I'm telling you, it can be life-changing. This isn't performative or dramatic. It's natural. These are things you don't create, you just do them. They're real, a patient response, a generous assumption, one moment of presence. Kindness interrupts stress because it pulls you out of yourself, right? From pressure to purpose, from worry to contribution. Ask, who could use a little more grace from me today? And what's one simple way I can offer it? Of course, at the end of the day, it's good to reflect when you close the loop on your thinking. So you did your mantra, you asked better questions, you started the day with a better mindset, you practiced kindness, and now your day is over. And you're putting your head on your pillow, and then you're really looking to way to kind of consolidate how the day went. And you should ask yourself a question that could sound like, what did I notice today that I usually miss? A reaction, a pattern, a moment I rushed, a moment I stayed present. These things will be clearer now. Awareness means the noise is lowering. What did today teach me? Here's another way to look at it. I think every opportunity is a day to learn. Anything you go through, life gives feedback constantly. You don't have to judge it, just notice it. See it for what it actually is. Did I live today the way I want to live tomorrow? I mean, get real, people. If you didn't have a good day because of things that you did, you should own it. But look at it. Honestly, we're not looking for perfection. And so finally, reframing and closing your conversation for that particular day, this checklist is just a tool. And tools only work when they matter to you. If they don't matter to you, they don't work. You can sit in all that noise as long as you want. Okay, feel free. And then continue to see where it takes you. Or you could try this. You can answer every question and still stay disconnected if you're not willing to show up honestly. Okay? You don't get clarity just from these systems, right? It comes from actually getting engaged in what you're doing, from attention, from presence. They will help you quiet the noise so the wisdom that you already have can speak. You have so much within you already that you can use. But life isn't lived on paper. It's lived in real moments, real decisions, and real awareness. Let this guide you, but don't let it replace the work of actually being right here.